road, the T-Wolves came into the arena tonight with a look of confidence. Happy Monday, and thanks for joining us on 2K Sports. Good evening to all of you. This is Brian Anderson with Clark Kellogg and Grant Hill. Allie LaForce with us on the sidelines. Now a moment to take a look at the year-to-year scoring output and how it's been trending for James Harden.
And when you look at his offensive output over the past few years, it seems like other teams have figured him out and have his number now. He's having to put in a lot more effort on the offensive end, but without producing nearly the same results.
So the opening lineup for the Timberwolves, McDaniels and Towns in at the forward slots. Conley at the guard with Edwards next to him. And it's Gobert in at the 5, roaming the paint. And for the Clippers, George and Kawhi, the talented forward pair. Terrence Mann is out there with James Harden. And it's Plumlee in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. Well, Grant, we're now basically at the halfway point of the regular season, with each game gaining more importance as time goes on.
I mean, that's it. We are at that time where the playoff picture becomes clear and teams are hungry for wins. So, you know, they know at this point of the season, every game matters. So you got to love how competitive things are right now.
Now here's Harden from behind the arc. That shot, no good. Outside McDaniels. Pass to Conley. To the right side. Here's Towns. And that's good. His first bucket of the game.
Well, you got to respect and admire the focus of Towns. I mean, he just doesn't get rattled. He just stays with it, embraces the challenge, and keeps coming.
Leonard for 3. Rebound Minnesota. Now Edwards. Coming off a terrific game against Houston. Gobert with a screen on Plumlee. Here's Edwards. A strong finish under heavy pressure from the D.
Fearless drive by Edwards, taking the ball right into the defense and finishing strong.
Well, Clark, we know Anthony Edwards is a great hooper, but how would you rate his acting ability?
Hey, I thought he was quite good. To be honest with you, B.A., in that Hoops movie, he was playing the bad guy, the villain role. Man, has a huge personality. We saw that on the big screen. Perhaps a second career for him when he's done terrorizing the NBA.
Now here's Harden, coming in off 21 points in his last outing. Here's Leonard. Oh, and Towns with the block.
Prime time, big time defense from Towns.
And now it's time to take another view of that huge swat.
That'll put some fear into the shooters, and he made sure to do it early, too.
And just around a minute and a half into this first quarter.
I mean, just a tough start, missing their first 5 shots.
That's no good. He's 0 for 4. McDaniels finds Conley. And George with some nice D.
Boy, that defense smothered him in there. Love the intensity.
Tipped. Oh, it's stolen by Towns. Pass to Conley. Finished off the break.
Only 1 miss in the first 5 attempts, clearly feeling it.
Los Angeles has gone 0 for 2 from outside. Plumlee, a screen on Conley. Leonard with the ball. Covered by Towns. Fader on the way. That one a little long.
He's been an absolute non-factor. 0 factor this game. Just a horrible performance from him.
Here in the first, just under 2.5 minutes played so far. Pass to Edwards. Shot clock at 6. A chance to push it to double digits, but it's off the mark. The Clippers trail. George, a screen on Conley. Here's George. Here's Leonard. It's good from about 19 feet.
Claw getting rid of it in a hurry. Nice quick release that time.
You know, Grant, what's interesting about the Clippers, they play solid defense, even though they're not overly disruptive.
Well, B.A., think about this. So many veterans, they know how to position themselves. They know where the help is coming from, too. And, of course, they know when to pick their spots.
Now here's Harden. His offense has been fantastic, averaging just over 17 a game. George passes to man. No good with the triple. And so Conley will bring it up for the Minnesota Timberwolves. First quarter of play and just over 3.5 minutes in. And here's Edwards outside. The Clippers grab the miss. Last time they came together was in Minneapolis, where they fell to the Timberwolves.
Last time they lost a close one against this team. You have to wonder what they could have done if it wasn't for their foul trouble in that game.
When you are in foul trouble, it makes you less aggressive defensively. And when that's the case, it's hard to offer the kind of resistance that you need to. That was in the back of the mind, the foul trouble they were in.
Now here's Edwards. He's got 5. Yep, count it. Edwards got 7 points in the game.
Scoring well this quarter, picking up steam as he goes.
Plumlee a screen on McDaniels. George for 3. And again, it's the Clippers missing. And here's Minnesota now. They're on an 11-2 run. Outside Edwards. Pass to Gobert. Now here's Edwards. Beyond the arc. That's in. Coming off an assist from Towns. 10 points for him.
They've shown so much energy right from the start, particularly on the offensive end.
Tell you what, forget about easing into the game. They came out with guns blazing.
McDaniels against George. Pass to Plumlee. And here's Harden. Out to Leonard. Here's the 3. Sinks the tray. Leonard's gotten his second bucket of the game.
It's turned into a showdown here. Dueling from distance.
Looks to me like there could be something personal taking place here.
Anthony Edwards has been on display for Minnesota. He put together 10 points in the quarter. More 2K action in just a moment. And so far through one quarter, it's been a lopsided game. We'll see if that changes here in the second. And taking a quick look here at the hustle stats for the Timberwolves.
You have to give them credit for their defense here in the early stages. I mean, they've shown tremendous anticipation, on the same page as a unit defensively, especially on those block shots.
And also their pressure defense is paying dividends tonight, turning them over and getting out in the open floor and running.
On the court for the Timberwolves, second quarter underway. Kyle Anderson is out there with Naz Reid. Then there's Anthony Edwards. Then there's Shake Milton. And it's Alexander Walker in at the 3, the small forward. Now here's Milton. Pass to Reid. The 3. Drops in the 3. Reid's gotten himself on the board with a 3 there.
And just totally relentless, only increasing the intensity level.
Yeah, I love the fact he doesn't play the score. He just keeps coming, attack mode. He doesn't know how to step off the gas pedal.
Here's George. He picked up 15 in their last win against Miami. Out of bounds, the Timberwolves will take it. And it seems like every team is looking for size and shooting out of the backcourt, Clark. Shake Milton fits that bill.
Yeah, you can't have enough of that size and shooting and versatility. Milton is 6'6", but he's got the wingspan of a condor, excellent range on the jump shot, and I think he's steadily improving in other areas of his game.
Now here's Edwards. 12-point lead, their biggest of the game. On the wing, Milton. And Tucker pulls it down.
And the shooter had very little space on that attempt.
And guys, that's exactly the kind of high-impact defense they want to see out of him.
A chance here to catch up with Allie from the sideline.
Well, James Harden is not worried about his legacy. He said, quote, "I'm going to be remembered in basketball. I'm one of the people who changed the game. Honestly, the only thing I'm missing is a championship." But Brian, he is not stressing. He said, "The moment I stop having fun, I'll be done."
Yeah, marching to the beat of his own drum, Allie. Thank you. Here's Alexander Walker. The Clippers getting their last shot to go.
A rare rejection that time from Tucker, using that long reach, though, and times it perfectly.
Westbrook outside. Pass to George. There's the three. Reed with the rebound. Minnesota's gone 3 of 5 from the perimeter in this game. Edwards with it. Anderson passes to Milton. Now here's Reed, hounded by Westbrook. The Clippers grab the miss. They're coming off that win against the Heat.
And as a rule of thumb, the road can really test your team's depth. But they all stepped up and collectively produced a lot of points.
And, you know, the guys on the bench have great confidence in themselves. And when their name was called, they were ready to compete and contribute.
Defensively, you have to stay connected to him at all times or he will bury you.
And Minnesota calls time here. And a new group getting ready for the Clippers. Plumlee's checked in for Tice. Kawhi Leonard comes in for Tucker. Man, he's checked in for Powell. And it's James Harden in for Westbrook. And the Timberwolves will go for a different look here. Gobert's checked in for Reed. Karl Anthony Towns comes in for Anderson. McDaniels is checked in for Alexander Walker. And Conley subbed in for Milton. Now here's Edwards. He's got 10. Rebounded by Kawhi Leonard. Quarter number 2 and around 3 minutes gone by. Outside Harden. Back to Leonard.
2 minutes remain in the first half. 2 minutes.
Minnesota with a rebound. Gobert's got 6 rebounds here tonight. Outside Edwards. A minute 37 left in the first half.
Well, it looks like he's cooled down a bit after hitting those 2 in the first quarter.
George passes to Harden. Back to George. Now Plumlee. Slam dunk by Plumlee.
Oh, I love watching him flush it home, showing how easily he can get off the ground and bang it.
Conley finds Edwards. 1:05 left in the first half of this game. To win the drought. Oh, a clear foul there on the missed shot. So he'll get a pair at the line.
Anthony Edwards has a great body and knows how to control it. Showing you right there by taking advantage to draw the foul.
2 shots.
The throw good, Edwards. The Clippers making a switch here. Westbrook's checked in. And both free throws good for Edwards.
Already a very confident player. Knocking down those free throws only fuels that.
And so it's Leonard who brings up the ball for the LA Clippers. They've only allowed 5 points in the quarter. Over Towns. Shot by Leonard, no good. A chance at a 2-for-1 if they'd like.
And I really can't see why they wouldn't.
There's 38 seconds left in the first half. Oh, he muscles it in through the contact. They call the foul, and he's on his way to the line.
They have been effective on the interior this quarter. That's how you generate consistent offense.
Alexander Walker, he's checked in for Edwards.
1 for 1.
And that one misses.
Known as a versatile and tremendous defender, McDaniels also continues to make real good progress as a scorer.
I like that. I mean, some physical play inside. He's not about to give up any easy baskets.
And, you know, the defense gets their money's worth on that foul, stopping the layup and not giving up the and one.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
The free throw drops for Leonard.
And you know, guys, I mean, he is a solid free throw shooter. And, of course, Leonard has everything in his game.
And Leonard drops them both. Here's Conley. In his last outing, 8 points for him. It's a 4-second differential between the shot clock and game clock. McDaniels finds Gobert. Now Conley. Back to Gobert. Oh, easy 2 for Gobert.
One of the league's better floor generals, really over the last decade. Conley plays with an old-school pass-first mindset.
Here's Leonard. Count the basket. Leonard's got 4 points in the quarter.
This team looks to him to score the ball. They feel good when he's taking the shots.
And so it's Minnesota closing out the quarter with a 7-point lead. Great team defense on Paul George. They're limiting what PG is doing out there. All right, Allie's ready to go. She's courtside. Hey, Allie.
Carl, you were able to build the lead, but what's the key to maintaining it or even increasing it going forward?
I mean, don't change what we're doing. Just stay together, keep passing the ball, keep playing great defense, and just keep making them think and make decisions, especially the difficult ones.
Consistency is a beautiful thing. Thanks, Carl.
Allie, as always, thank you.
Welcome. There's a lot of action going on in the NBA. Let's first catch up on some of the scores around the league. The Cavaliers came out on top against the Kings in Sacramento. That gives them 6 straight victories.
They showed no mercy, absolutely destroying the opposition.
And let's get into this first half where there were some struggles for the Los Angeles Clippers.
I felt like, offensively they had a plan, Ernie, but it wasn't really there. They still tried to force it rather than read the defense and respond accordingly.
Which, of course, led to some bad shots, and now they've got ground to make up. Thanks for tuning in. Now we head back to Brian Anderson for the start of the third quarter.
And we played through the first half. Plenty of basketball left in this one. Boy, you got to like what we're seeing from Anthony Edwards.
Through the first 2 quarters, he's been on fire. Explosive offensive performance.
And you know what? I'll be interested to see just how much he's got left in the tank. That first half had to take a lot out of him.
And we hope you've enjoyed the broadcast thus far. We're halfway through the game. And Grant, as someone whose career spanned eras, you feel playing defense is more difficult than it was 2 decades ago?
Oh, BA, it's much more difficult, in part because the contact allowed is much more strict. Shooters can create contact and be rewarded with free throws, and the skill level on offense has truly raised. It makes it tough for the defender to really get down and play that tough-nosed defense.
Filling out the wings, it's Mann and George. Kawhi Leonard out there with Mason Plumlee, and it's Harden in at the 1. So that's the lineup on the floor for the Clippers. And let's swing it over to the sideline and hear from Allie.
Brian, the Clippers next season will inaugurate their futuristic new home court in Inglewood, designed to give fans every comfort, and the Clippers a distinct advantage as well. Along the baseline, 5,000 fans will fill 51 uninterrupted rows. The section, nicknamed The Wall, is acoustically designed to be loud. So, Brian, better get ready.
Turn it up. Thanks, Allie. And the Clippers have possession. The Timberwolves getting their last shot to go. Leonard for 3. Rebounded by the Timberwolves. Gobert's got rebound number 8 here already in the game. And Clarkman Karl-Anthony Towns is on the floor. He's one of the best big men in the NBA.
Well, you said it, the key words there, on the floor. I'm sure Cat is frustrated by the injuries he's had over the years, and he's doing everything in his power to stay as healthy as possible.
Outside McDaniels. Gobert up top. Pass to Edwards. Kicks it out Towns. 5 on the clock. For 3, Conley. Rebounded by Kawhi Leonard. The Clippers have gone 0 for 3 to start the second half. George against Conley. Plumlee, a screen on Gobert. Now here's Leonard. Fires the 3. Look at Leonard, dialed in from deep.
Put the first 3 misses behind them and finally ended their third quarter drought.
Time called here. The Timberwolves decide to talk it over. And here we can check out the story for Rudy Gobert.
And over the last 5 games, his field goal percentage has increased. And you can make a case his confidence as well because of this.
2 minutes into the second half of play now. Edwards looking for an opening. Sinks it again. That's his 7th made field goal in 11 tries.
I tell you what, it reminds me of one of my college coaches who used to say, that ain't gonna get it done. That's 5 straight baskets in the paint now.
Now here's George. Hasn't gotten one to fall yet. Shot by Leonard, no good.
Only 20% from the field to start this half. To me, it looks like their opponent may have made some nice adjustments.
Outside Edwards. Towns outside. Harden against Conley. The Timberwolves need to get off a shot here. Edwards can't hit.
Going into halftime, he had 2 threes in his pocket, but hasn't added to that total since.
Slam dunk by Plumlee.
Nice find right there from Harden. Excellent at getting his teammates involved.
And so it's Edwards who brings up the ball for Minnesota. Well, they've got the Bulls ahead of them next in Chicago. That'll be the second stop of this 6-game trip. Here's McDaniels. Uses the glass to finish the layup. McDaniels got his 2nd basket of the game.
That's 10 straight points they've given up in the painted area.
And you know, it doesn't matter how good your defense is on the perimeter if you're going to allow easy ones inside like that.
Leonard outside. Shot from 12. Count that one. Leonard's got 5 points in the quarter.
Yeah, Kawhi, a master of the mid-range. For most, it's not efficient, but for him, it's cash money.
Now here's Edwards. He's covered closely. Towns outside. Just 5 on the clock. Knocked loose. Here's Mann, guarded by Edwards. Pass to Plumlee. Leonard with the ball. And here's Harden, still without a bucket.
Probably should have scored there. He usually does.
Here's Conley. There's 31 seconds left in the third quarter. 5 to shoot. Picked by Gobert. Lets the 3 fly. The shot by Conley, no good. The Clippers have gotten just 3 of 8 shots to go in the third quarter. George against Conley. Lets it go from 11. It's wide right, hits off the rim. And so it's the Minnesota Timberwolves finishing the quarter with an 8-point lead. And their defense has been able to bottle up James Harden, one of the league's elite scorers. More NBA on 2K Sports right after this. And now let's listen in to Ty Lue in the huddle.
Keep trusting, all right? First half, the ball's moving. We got to keep the ball moving. Can't go one-on-one individual. We got to keep the ball moving. They can't stop moving the ball, drive it, kick it. We get anything we want.
Well, their offense is stagnating a bit here in the second half.
And he's right. Too much isolation. Move the ball. Good shot to great shot.
The fourth quarter has arrived. So good to have you with us. And a look now at the 5 for the Timberwolves to start the fourth quarter. Edwards out there with Shake Milton. Then there's Kyle Anderson. Then there's Naz Reid. And it's Alexander Walker in at the small forward position.
Oh, man, he can't get anything to fall. You can feel his frustration.
And he's got to find other ways to contribute then because his shot making is not happening right now.
Reid can't hit. The Clippers trail. Westbrook, the pass to Powell. To the middle. Here's Tucker. Oh, plenty of contact on that shot. Officials call the foul, and he'll take 2 free throws now. It's on Anthony Edwards.
Tucker does not shy away from contact. As a matter of fact, he embraces it and looks for it. Plays with a lot of force.
And a moment now to quickly take a look at the offensive approach for Minnesota.
Well, you know, for me, when you can convert this many times in the paint, I think that's a sign that your offense is really in a healthy state.
Another thing they're doing well tonight is shooting from long distance. All game long, they've been finding openings at the perimeter. You know, Clark, P.J. Tucker has really made a name for himself and done that on the defensive end.
I just love his story, the journey that he took to get to this point. I mean, he circumvented to Europe for several years, became a three-point shooter, and defensively is where he hangs his hat, and that's where he's made his greatest impact, doing the dirty work to help championship teams win.
Now here's Edwards. Pass to Reid. Launches a 3. Cranes the triple. And the Timberwolves lead by 9.
Nice read by Edwards there, finding a wide open teammate and sending the ball his way on target.
It's George on the wing. Banks in the layup. George has got his first bucket in this one.
PG-13, using that length inside.
Time called here. The Timberwolves decide to talk it over. You know, over his career, Paul George has racked up more than his fair share of accolades, Grant.
Well, he's a fixture at All-Star Weekend, that's for sure. Now, he's made the All-Defensive Team more than a few times. He's had an outstanding career.
The Timberwolves making a switch here. Rudy Gobert is checked in for Reid. Towns comes in for Anderson. McDaniels is checked in for Alexander Walker. And Mike Conley is subbed in for Milton. And keeping us updated from the sideline, Allie LaForce.
Over that last break, I got a chance to hear what Chris Finch said to the team. Coach had a direct message for the team saying no matter the lead, no NBA game is ever over. Do not let your guard down. We'll see if they hold on.
Okay, good stuff. Thank you, Allie.
they've had a slight leg up on the boards and a big leg up on the scoreboard.
Well, you take a look at all of the stats, the team stats that is, and that's one of the many areas that they've had the advantage. And as a result, they've got a big lead.
Trying to close out, you got to know who's hot and who's not.
Outside Harden. Plumlee, a screen on Conley. Harden from outside. Sinks it from distance. Harden's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. Just over 2.5 minutes played now. Final quarter of regulation. McDaniels inside. George defending. Back to Conley. Edwards for 3. Paul George pulls down the board. George has got his 4th rebound in this one. Here's Leonard. It's good. Set up beautifully by George. George has got his 3rd assist of the night. 1:57 left in the 4th. Conley finds Edwards. Gobert on the high post. And the jam by Gobert.
The 7-footer plus Rudy Gobert goes up and makes it hurt coming down.
Plumlee, a screen on Conley. Pass to George. Yep, that one goes.
And George just has an uncanny knack for providing these kinds of baskets. And he makes it look so easy.
Outside Edwards. Picked by Gobert. Edwards, the pass to Gobert. And he got the whistle on the way up. So he'll be headed to the line for a pair. James Harden picks one up.
Man, he made sure to get his money's worth on that foul.
He got him good there. I mean, that's why the shot was so far off.
2 shots.
So the first one drops, and that increases the lead to 6.
Look, we all know Rudy Gobert is a force on defense, but you can't afford to ever ignore this guy. I mean, he's got the physical gifts to make problems anywhere on the floor.
And so he drops them both, and it's a 7-point game.
Extending the team's lead. Just solid execution at the line.
McDaniels against George. McDaniels with some nice D.
Nice work defensively. Meeting him up top and forcing the miss.
Now here's Edwards. Outside Conley. Shot clock at 5. He hits it just before the shot clock expires. And the Timberwolves lead by 9. Time called here. Los Angeles decides to talk it over. They trail by 9. There's 42 seconds left to play in the 4th quarter. There's 42 seconds left in the final quarter. Here's Mann. The 3 is up, and the 3-pointer goes.
Hey, you know that George is going to take the shot when the game is up for grabs. I mean, that's who he is, and that's what's expected of him. He's an exceptional decision maker in these situations, which makes it even more obvious.
That's his 3rd personal foul. 2nd team foul. At the line for the Timberwolves, Anthony Edwards. 2 shots.
He gets the first, and that makes it a 7-point lead.
How about the work ethic of Anthony Edwards? Not to mention that linebacker build and the sweet shooting stroke, but what he wants most is to see his team succeed. That's what you love about AE.
We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and game clock. Here's Mann. No good on the triple. And here's Gobert. He'll bring it up for Minnesota. McDaniels finds Conley. Minnesota with the W. They have to feel good about this performance. It's one they can be proud of.
Very true. I mean, when you're out on the road, the wins can feel a little sweeter. This one has to feel extra special.
All right, now let's check in with Allie LaForce. Allie, what do you have?
Rudy, you guys came to play tonight. Can you talk about the motivation right from the opening tip?
We just wanted to have a good defensive game, come out ready and make sure we communicate and run back, because these guys are very talented, and we did a great job.
The communication paid off. Thanks so much.
All right, Allie, good stuff there. Thanks for that. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Clark Kellogg, Allie LaForce, and Grant Hill, this is Brian Anderson. Now our New Balance player of the game, Anthony Edwards.